Somebody headlined on PFL who we got to talk about. Somebody that's going to be my fighter spotlight of the week. My fighter spotlight of the week this week is Paul Big News Hughes, baby. Oh, yeah. Paul Hughes trains out of Fight Academy, Ireland since 2017 in Belfast, Northern Ireland. He's known for his nickname, Big News. Some people don't know this. He's Australian. He's Australian. He was born in Australia, but he's Irish, of Irish descent. He's an Irish professional mixed martial artist. 28 years old, born March 27th, 1997. He's 5'9". He's a lightweight with a 70-inch reach, 14-2 with 7 KOs and 3 submission wins. He's a former Cage Warriors champion, and he's looking to make his march towards the PFL championship, hopefully in the near future. And in his greater future, hopefully a move to the UFC. But Paul Hughes, wow. He grew up in Lavey County, Londonderry, Northern Ireland, where he initially participated in sports like Gaelic football and hurling before transitioning to MMA. It's interesting because you wouldn't have guessed that Paul Hughes was born in Sydney, Australia, but he was. His amateur record was actually 8-2, 3 wins by submission. Now, Paul Hughes started his MMA career with a Bama 28 TKO win over Adam Gustav, February 24th, 2017 in Belfast, Northern Ireland. This was his featherweight debut, so he started as a featherweight in his career. Then he went on to fight a cage conflict, won, where he gets a TKO over Stephen O'Neill and won the inaugural Cage Conflict Featherweight Championship. This was also in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Then he makes the trip over to London, England for a catchweight 164-pound bout against Matus Makarowski, where he submits him with a rear naked choke at Cage Warriors Unplugged 2, September 6th of 2019. Round 1, 2 minutes and 34 seconds. He follows that submission with a submission win over Khalifa Saidi at Cage Conflict 2, October 26th of 2019 in round 1 in Belfast, Northern Ireland. This was his lightweight debut, and he won the inaugural Cage Conflict Lightweight Championship. This is where his title aspirations would really start to begin. He gets another catchweight bout at 150 against Yuri Panada, beats him with the head kick at Cage Warriors 112, March 7th of 2020. This was a second round KO, 2 minutes and 33 seconds in Manchester, England. Then he goes on to face Aiden Stephen, wins by rear naked choke at Cage Warriors 116, August 11th of 2020. Round 3, 4 minutes and 21 seconds in Manchester, England. This was his return to featherweight. And then he stays at featherweight for a little bit. He has a bout against Jordan Vucenic. Yes, the Jordan Vucenic that just lost in the UFC to Chris Duncan by submission. The Jordan Vucenic that we've come to know and love in the UFC. Yes, he lost to him at Cage Warriors 119, December 12th of 2020 in London, England. But he'd get his revenge. He bounced back from that loss to Jordan Vucenic with a win over James Hendon unanimously at Cage Warriors 120, March 18th of 2021 in London, England, and followed that up with a Morgan Charrier decision win by majority at Cage Warriors 128, October 1st of 2021 in London, England. He also won the interim Cage Warriors Featherweight Championship. Okay? Sorry. After that, he finally gets his revenge on Jordan Vucenic. He beats him in a unanimous decision win at Cage Warriors 145, November 4th, 2022, in a fantastic fight. Both of those fights with both of those gentlemen were great fights. If you want to go back and watch some instant classics for Cage Warriors, go back and watch the Paul Hughes and Jordan Vucenic Cage Warriors fight. Those are on UFC Fight Pass, by the way. And yeah, so with that win over Jordan Vucenic at Cage Warriors 145, November 4th, 2022, he won and unified the Cage Warriors Featherweight Championship. He then returns to lightweight against Jan Kaganhands and knocks him out at Cage Warriors 161, October 14th, 2023, day after my birthday. That was a round one KO in Dublin, Ireland. After this, he decides to pretty much stay at lightweight. He has a catchweight bout at 160 against Fabian Silva, where he knocks him out at Cage Warriors 170, April 6th of 2024, in the first round in Dublin, Ireland, and this was his last fight for Cage Warriors. He then goes on to fight for Bellator, where he takes on Bobby King. He knocks him out with punches and elbows at Bellator Champion Series 3, June 22nd of 2024, just over a year ago, in Dublin, Ireland. Okay, this was a round 2, 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Then he takes on AJ McKee. And we remember this AJ McKee bout very, very, very well. Okay. This was a significant challenge for Paul Hughes. AJ McKee, former Bellator featherweight champion. Okay. Finished Patricio Pitbull. Beat many great fighters in Bellator. And Ryzen. And Paul Hughes gets the split decision win over AJ McKee on October 19th of 2024 at PFL Super Fights Battle of the Giants in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, marking the biggest win of his career. He then takes a step up in the next biggest fight of his career against Usman Nurmagomedov, the former Bellator champion. And this, well, I'm not sure what's going to happen with his belt, but he was the Bellator lightweight world champion. Not sure if they dissolved it, if it's a PFL belt. I'm not sure exactly what's happening with it. But he loses to Usman Nurmagomedov at PFL Champion Series 1 by majority decision in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, for the Bellator Lightweight World Championship. Oh, that was earlier this year. I guess they're keeping the Bellator Championship. Huh. Nurmagomedov was deducted 1 point in round 3 due to repeated groin kicks, but it wasn't enough to get Paul Hughes the win. Usman Nurmagomedov walks away the champion. But then Paul Hughes gets to come back this past Saturday, May 10th, at PFL Europe 1. And he gets a round 1 knockout in Belfast, Northern Ireland, basically his backyard, knocking out Bruno Miranda clean with a barrage of strikes. He came in as a minus 2,500 favorite. So, yes, this was expected. But Paul Hughes, in a comeback show for all comeback shows, knocks out Bruno Miranda, gets on top of the cage, and receives all the praise from that Belfast, Northern Ireland crowd. Shout out to Paul Hughes. Shout out to an absolutely massive win and a massive last 2 years in his career. I can't absolutely wait to see what this man does in his next couple of fights because he's fun to watch. He's skilled. He's good everywhere, grappling, striking. He's like a smaller Ian Gary to me. So Paul Hughes, shout out to Paul Big News Hughes, and shout out to a fantastic, huge win. And that's why he's my fighter spotlight of the week. Shout out to Paul Hughes.